Back in 1988, people were wondering if there had been some interruption in the normal water cycle. The U.S. was going through one of the worst droughts in history. Dennis Smith takes us back to the drought of 1988.
The drought of 1988 was one of the most severe in U.S. history. The lack of rainfall had an effect on large areas. Major crops in 25% of the United States received less than one-half of their normal rainfall April through June. Agricultural impact was most severe in the Midwest and Great Plains. The spring wheat crop was 50% below its normal yield. River flows and reservoir storage hindered navigation in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Barges and other vessels were stranded along dried-up rivers. The early part of the summer was one of the hottest on record in the northern part of the country. During this time, most of the U.S. experienced at least 20 days with maximum temperatures of 90 degrees or higher. The dry, hot weather led to massive forest fires. Over 4 million acres nationwide were affected, twice the acreage of the year before. The drought's impact was felt all over the country. The Northeast had its worst growing season since the 1960s. The Ohio Valley had recorded low stream flow, and navigation in the Mississippi Valley was severely hampered. Water restrictions were in place around the country. Major forest fires broke out all over the United States. In California, water supply became critical. The short-term drought was helped in the late summer as normal rainfall returned to some parts of the central U.S. The long-term drought took longer to come to an end because the situation had reached such a critical level. Dennis Smith, The Weather Channel.
One problem the Earth is experiencing, which is directly related to the water cycle, is acid rain. First, let's take a look at some places which are affected by acid rain, then we'll look into how it occurs.
Decades ago, it was discovered that the lakes of Scandinavia were dying. The waters were becoming more and more acidic. The cause? Acid rain. Even today, Norway's rainfall remains highly acidic. The source? Pollution from England's coal-burning industries blown from across the North Sea. In Greece, irreplaceable treasures of another kind are threatened by local pollution. The art from which man has drawn inspiration for centuries is dissolving. This type of corrosion threatens architecture and statuary in industrialized cities throughout the world. In Los Angeles, the air contains 3 times the levels of ozone that is considered humanly safe by the Environmental Protection Agency. Ozone is a toxic gas which causes scar tissue to form in the lungs. Over 60 U.S. cities exceed the EPA standard.
As we talked about yesterday, this week is Severe Weather Awareness Week in certain parts of the southeastern U.S. And in today's topic, we want to talk about what to do in the case of a tornado warning in the area.
More tornadoes occur in the United States than anywhere else in the world. Over 80% of all severe thunderstorms and tornadoes occur between noon and midnight. To survive tornadoes, it is important to react to a tornado watch or warning.
A watch means the potential is there, the ingredients are coming together, that later on during the day there could be a tornado. Now, tornado warning means all these ingredients have come together. Warning means you need to take necessary precautions immediately.
When a tornado warning is issued for your community, stay away from windows, go to the lowest floor of a building, into a bathroom or closet. Protect yourself under something sturdy. Leave your mobile home or car. If you are outside, lie flat in a ditch. Beware of possible flooding. Thunderstorms and tornadoes can happen so rapidly that you may not get a warning. So if there is a watch in your area, be aware of developing weather conditions. I'm Jeff Morrow, The Weather Channel.
We are now less than 4 weeks until springtime officially, but again, our severe weather awareness this week will be in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And we'll talk about the things to do in the case of a tornado warning or even a tornado watch. Now, with a warning, again, you don't want to be in your automobile. Get out of the car, move to a ditch, get into a low area, but also watch out for the potential for rising waters. As far as the house goes, go to an interior hallway or even to a bathroom, something that is very well reinforced. To reiterate, we usually look in the springtime, late winter, early springtime for our storms over the southeastern U.S. We may have one to deal with tonight over parts of eastern Texas into Alabama, and later on in the springtime season, watching Kansas, Missouri, into the Ohio Valley. Breaking it down by month, the average is showing that the highest incidence of tornadoes. April, May, and June. You remember the Andover tornado in Kansas? That was in April of 1991. And also the big outbreak in 1974. That occurred in early April across the Ohio Valley. Now you can see it does taper off dramatically in the summertime. Going back to last year, 1993, quite a year for tornadoes. Look at the number compared to normal, 1,446.